解啊！有時啊，有時啊，乜嘢先係加解？呢種嘅飲品。
Tomorrow you choose now, you see, you open the newspaper.
Sulit. Ya.
A very good evening, PAP supporters, residents of Punggol GRC, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the PAP Punggol GRC Rally. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this evening at Yusof Ishak Secondary School for the PAP Punggol Rally. Joining us very, very shortly, we have our candidates from the PAP. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite our PAP Punggol GRC candidates. We have Deputy Prime Minister Mr. Gan Kim Yong, Senior Minister of State Dr. Janil Puthucheary, Mr. Minister of State Ms. Sun Xueling, and Ms. Yong Wan Ling. Joining them this evening, we have our guest speakers, Senior Minister Mr. Teo Chee Hian, Minister of State Dr. Muhammad Faisal, Mr. Zainal Sapari, and our local speakers, Ms. Pravisa and Mr. Mark Tan. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the Punggol GRC PAP candidates. It also gives me great pleasure to welcome our MCs on stage, Mr. David Ong, Ms. Diana Ismail, and Mr. Izam. MCs, please take over. Thank you.
Thank you. A very good evening to PAP supporters, residents, families and friends, and a very warm welcome to our PAP Punggol GRC Rally!
Selamat datang, selamat petang kepada semua penyokong PAP, penduduk, keluarga dan sahabat sekalian. Selamat datang ke rapat umum PAP Punggol GRC.
மக்கள் செயல் கட்சியின் ஆதரவாளர்கள், பொங்கல் குடியிருப்பாளர்கள், நண்பர்கள் மற்றும் சக சிங்கப்பூரர்களுக்கு இனியதோர் மாலை வணக்கம். உங்கள் அனைவரையும் மக்கள் செயல் கட்சியின் பொங்கல் குழு தொகுதி தேர்தல் பொதுக்கூட்டத்திற்கு பேரன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றோம்.
I'm David Ong and I'm pleased to be your MC, and with me are my fellow MCs Nizam and Diana. For this event, which is very important to all of us.
Saya Diana Ismail dan saya gembira menjadi pengacara anda malam ini. Bersama saya rakan pengacara saya David Ong dan Nizam untuk acara penting ini.
நான் நிசாம், உங்களுடன் இந்த தேர்தல் பொதுக்கூட்டத்தில் கலந்து கொள்வதில் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றேன்.
We have all come together to build the home that we all deserve.
Kita semua berkumpul hari ini untuk membina sebuah rumah dan komuniti yang kita semua layak miliki.
நாம் அனைவரும் நமக்கான ஒரு உன்னதமான சிங்கப்பூரை உருவாக்க இங்கே ஒன்று கூடியுள்ளோம்.
And you are going to get to hear from a number of people from different areas of our community, and definitely the candidates themselves.
Sebentar lagi anda akan mendengar ucapan daripada ramai orang dari pelbagai bahagian komuniti kita, termasuk calon-calon kita.
இந்த இனிய மாலை பொழுதில் சமூகத்தின் பல்வேறு நிலையில் உள்ள தலைவர்கள் மற்றும் சிங்கப்பூரர்களிடம் இருந்து அவர்களது கருத்துக்களை, குறிப்பாக மக்கள் செயல் கட்சியின் வேட்பாளர்களின் கருத்துக்களை கேட்க உள்ளோம்.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you our candidates of Punggol GRC Deputy Prime Minister Mr. Gan Kim Yong. Next, we have Senior Minister of State Dr. Janil Puthucheary. Next, we have Minister of State Ms. Sun Xueling. And Ms. Yong Wan Ling. Joining them, we have our guest speaker, Senior Minister Mr. Teo Chee Hian. Next, we have Minister of State Dr. Muhammad Faisal. Next, we have Mr. Zainal Sapari. And our local speaker, we have Miss Pravita. Last but not the least, we have Mr. Mark Tan. We wanted to be part of the People Action Party and to be at tonight's event because we are proud to be residents of Punggol for over 20 years.
Kami di sini kerana kami bangga menjadi penduduk Punggol selama lebih 20 tahun dan mahu terus bersama Parti Tindakan Rakyat.
நாங்கள் மக்கள் செயல் கட்சியின் இந்த தேர்தல் பொதுக்கூட்டத்தில் கலந்து கொள்வதில் பெருமகிழ்வடைகின்றோம். ஏனென்றால் நாங்கள் ஏறத்தாழ கடந்த 20 வருடங்களாக இங்கே குடியிருப்பாளர்களாக இருக்கின்றோம்.
It's great living in Singapore, especially in Punggol GRC, right? The town is vibrant and the community is warm. The facilities are great, but more importantly, we feel assured that we live in Punggol town, looked after by leaders from the People Action Party led by DPM Gan Kim Yong, Dr. Jana Putucherry, Miss Sun Xueling, and Miss Yo Wan Ling. Who cares and has a heart for you. A team who really understand the needs of their people, and a team who would action about your concerns and suggestions and make sure that your well-being is taken care of.
Sungguh bertuah kita bertinggal di Singapura, lebih-lebih lagi di Punggol GRC. Bandar kita hidup dan meriah, kemudahan di sini lengkap dan yang paling penting saya rasa yakin kerana Punggol dijaga oleh pemimpin PAP yang prihatin. Timbalan dijaga oleh Timbalan Perdana Menteri Encik Gan Kim Yong, Dr. Jani Putucherry, Cik Sun Xueling dan Cik Yo Wan Ling. Mereka faham keperluan kita, mereka dengar suara kita dan mereka bertindak untuk menjaga kebajikan kita semua.
பொங்கல் குழு தொகுதியில் வாழ்வது தனி மகிழ்ச்சியை தருகின்ற ஒரு விஷயம். பொங்கல் இன்று ஒரு துடிதுடிப்பான நகரமாக, மகிழ்ச்சியான சமூகமாக, பல வசதிகளை தன்னடக்கி, எல்லாவற்றிற்கும் மேலாக மக்கள் செயல் கட்சியின் வேட்பாளர்களான துணை பிரதமர் கான் கிம் யாங், மூத்த துணை அமைச்சர் ஜனில் புதுச்சேரி, துணை அமைச்சர் சுன் ஷேலிங் மற்றும் யோ வான்லிங் அவர்களால் தனிப்பட்ட முறையில் கனிவன்முடன் கவனிக்கப்பட்டு வருகின்றது.
We want you to go away hearing the speakers this evening with an interest to see this community, Punggol GRC, develop, making Punggol a better home for you.
Malam ini kami harap selepas mendengar ucapan-ucapan ini, anda akan lebih yakin untuk bersama-sama membangunkan Punggol. Menjadikan Punggol tempat tinggal yang lebih baik untuk kita semua.
பொங்கல் மேலும் துடிப்பான மகிழ்ச்சியான சமூகமாக விளங்கிட இந்த இனிய மாலை பொழுதில் இன்றைய தேர்தல் பொதுக்கூட்டத்தில் பேசவிருக்கும் வேட்பாளர்கள் மற்றும் பேச்சாளர்களின் உரைகளை கேட்டு மகிழுங்கள்.
So, let's get started. And let's get started now with our very first local speaker, Mr. Mark Tan.
各位榜额的居民，在台前，在所有主务区，在网上的居民们，晚上好。转眼一晃，我们家搬来榜额已经13年了。当年我们到 HDB 拿锁匙的时候，正好碰到我的儿子满月。今天他已经是一个中学生了。不仅如此，我们也从起初搬来的一家3口，现在升级为一家5口了。榜额就是个好地方。 初搬过来榜鹅的时候，非常不习惯，因为这里的烟火气没有比老区来的旺盛，咖啡店没有几间，没有商场，公共交通也很有限。可是如今放眼望去，榜鹅的发展是越来越蓬勃，可以供一家老少聚餐的咖啡店食阁越来越多，商场也增加了。现在我们榜鹅还有大学，在人民行动党的管理下，榜鹅已经被打造成老少皆宜的城市。起初我们用改装货柜箱做图书馆，现在有一个完善的国家图书馆在湾Punggol，衔接各个族区的骑行道，美轮美奂的儿童游乐场、健身设施，都是人民行动党历年来聆听并采取各方的反馈，加以改善的成果。榜鹅虽然是由年轻的家庭组成的新区，但横跨3代的Kampung Spirit 在榜鹅还是到处可见的。人民行动党也极力推广乐龄人士的社区活动，鼓励榜鹅的长辈们能够走出户外，同时也鼓励榜鹅的少年人关爱长者，促进2代建立忘年的友谊，通过互动交流，2代人能够从彼此身上学习宝贵的人生功课以及新的科技知识。过去的5年，我们榜鹅的人气越来越旺，尤其在我们经历了疫情所带来的冲击之后，邻里间相互的扶持也显著的增加了许多。毕竟我们风雨同舟，一起走过那3年的困难的日子，榜鹅的Kampung Spirit也在这3年得到了升华。疫情的那3年里面，人民行动党从不懈怠，马不停蹄的到处奔波张罗，只为了把更多的资源、更多的社区关爱带到榜鹅，造福我们的居民。无论是物质上的补助，或者财务上的支持，还是心理健康上的扶持，人民行动党一直都守护在榜鹅居民的身边。即便疫情已经过去了2年，但当时所开展的社区计划至今仍无间断地帮助有需要的居民。今天，国际紧张的局势不断升温，各国的前景不明。在这个非常的时期，我们需要的政府必须更加的团结，更加的果断，顾全我们居民日益提高的生活成本，解决各层人士所面临的困境。在榜鹅，人民行动党已经推出了许多的补助计划，每个月半价购物补贴，帮助有需要的家庭以100元购买200元的日常所需。每个月我们有蔬果共享计划，与居民们分享最新鲜采下来的生鲜水果以及蔬菜。每个月我们也有职业配对辅助计划，帮助有需要的居民就业，增加稳定的收入，更加为榜鹅的孩子们提供教育部以外的助学金。这一切的一切，都是人民行动党心系榜鹅争取而得的。我不相信什么买1送1的歪道理，我只相信我在榜鹅住了13年，所闻所见都是人民行动党所留下的轨迹。人民行动党在榜鹅一步一脚印打造出来，我们多年的耕耘眼见为凭。在艰难的时刻，人民行动党以行动说出最真实的话，为了兑现2022年大选时对居民所许下的承诺，大选一结束，人民行动党马上投入工作，将社区的基础设施逐步改良，为降低居民的生活成本寻找资源，也推动更多的心理建设活动，帮助有需要的群体。作为一个3个孩子的爸爸， 我希望他们未来的新加坡仍旧是一个平稳、富强的新加坡，是一个在国际体系能够傲视群国的新加坡。5月3号那一天，我会让我的选票选出真正在艰难的时刻能够带领国家的团队。谢谢，请投人民行动党一票。谢谢。
Thank you, Mark. May we now invite Miss Pravita.
Anevarukkum Malay Vanakkam. Good evening, everyone. My name is Pravita, and I'm proud to stand before you as a Punggol resident who has been part of this vibrant community since 2019. My husband and I chose to build a home and a family in Punggol because of its harmony and exciting developments like the Punggol Regional Sports Centre. It's a privilege to witness and contribute to the growth of Punggol. As a community leader, a worker in the transport sector, and a union leader with the National Transport Workers Union, I've had the honor of being part of the labour movement under NTUC. Together with the PAP government, NTUC has championed workers' rights for over 60 years, bringing meaningful change to the heartlands of Punggol. Tonight, I want to shine a spotlight on a group of workers whose needs deserve greater attention. Our women. For much of history, workplace policies have been written without considering the unique challenges women face. Yet often, women bear a disproportionate share of caregiving responsibilities, juggling careers, raising children, caring for elderly parents, and managing households. All these while navigating their own health challenges. NTUC, together with our PAP government, is committed to supporting women through every stage of life. For young mothers, we are championing flexible work arrangements, partnering with employers to pilot flexi-time, hybrid options, and job redesigns to ensure a smooth transition back into the workforce without compromising family. For example, I have seen my very own colleagues, friends, and family benefit from these initiatives, finding balance between their professional and personal lives. It is heartwarming for me when I hear how they feel these initiatives have helped them. With plans to start a family myself, I too feel reassured. We are also working to elevate women into leadership roles, including union leadership. Representation matters. It ensures women's voices are heard, their interests are acknowledged, and their needs are implemented in workplace policies. None of this progress happens in isolation. NTUC and PAP share a symbiotic relationship, driving policies that champion women-friendly workplaces. Punggol residents, every vote we cast matters. It is a commitment to value that prioritize parental leave, re-employment, and caregiving support. There is still much more to be done for women of every age in every job. But together, we can continue this journey of progress, ensuring that women are empowered and supported in all aspects of their lives. Thank you, and let's keep walking this path. Show your support and vote for PAP. Ungal ஆதரவையும் வாக்கையும் PAP காலியுங்கள். Thank you.
Thank you, Pravita. May we now invite Mr. Zainer.
Ladies and gentlemen, mommies and daddies, agong and amas, brothers and sisters, and all the little ones as well. Good evening and thank you for attending this rally. When I was invited to be the guest speaker, my first reaction was, wow, guest speaker, like keynote speaker, something important. But you know, right, the reality, not in an election rally. In an election rally, guest speaker, whatever we say is not even recorded. All right? So I can say whatever I want. Today, Punggol stands proud as a new GRC, Punggol GRC. With this new GRC comes a powerful opportunity for each single one of you to give a strong mandate to a team that has proven their ability to lead and serve. First things first, let me say from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank the Workers' Party for stepping up to contest in Punggol GRC. Let us give them a big round of applause. Yes, seriously, because of them, you get to vote. Of course, you see them once every 5 years, but you still get to vote. Your applause is free, but your vote is not free. Yesterday, I've read news that the voters of Marine Parade, Brother Height GRCs, they were disappointed of not being able to vote. But I said it is only the voters that are disappointed, not the candidates. The candidate must say, heng, no contest. I am sure they are very relieved. I doubt you will ever hear a candidate saying, wow, I am disappointed, there is no contest, I want to fight. You won't hear. If you had, it means the candidate is siao. I am not sure what happened at Marine Parade, Bradel Height, GRC. Go Meng Seng, he's very upset with Pritam Singh, very angry. He said Pritam didn't respect the Marine Parade voters. What did Pritam say? Pritam said they are not fielding a team because based on WP's some calculations, I suspect Pritam Singh, the calculator spoiler. Anyway, voters of Punggol GRC, you can resolve this issue. You know how to resolve this issue? You vote for PAP at Punggol GRC. So that Pritam Singh can send his Punggol team to Marine Parade in the year 2030. Okay or not, brother? I must check, I forgot. Dr. Faisal is from Marine Parade. Anyway, voters of Punggol GRC, you might be asking me, ayo, Brother Zainal, what's wrong with voting for the We Party? Oh, sorry. What's wrong for voting for Workers' Party? I have to say, their rally at Sengkang yesterday was an awesome party. I wanted to attend, but I am not sure. I wear white. I'm very honest. I don't lie. Whether I would be invited. Anyway, let me now share why you need to vote for the Punggol GRC team. Number one, you have an incredible team right here in Punggol GRC. This team, they are like the Avengers of public service. You have 3 appointment holder and 1 Labour MP. You got DPM, Gan Kim Yong. This man, he is so calm under pressure when COVID hit. All of you are scrambling to find masks. He didn't even flinch. Very steady. He is Mr. Cool. For as long as I have been an MP for 10 years, I have never seen Mr. Gan lose his temper or got angry. But he gets things done. And COVID is proof of that. Then we have Dr. Janel Putucherry, our Senior Minister of State. He is the one that is responsible for all the digital development and information efforts in Singapore. In Punggol Coast, he pushed for a green and family-friendly environment. He is very smart, but yet very down to earth. Give a big round of applause to Dr. Janel. Miss San Shui Ling, formerly she was with Punggol, Pasir Ris, Punggol GRC. But the last election, she became an SMC. But we love her so much. We wanted her back. To all the mummies and daddies, Miss San has been responsible for ensuring that your children have access to affordable childcare, affordable free school. She even championed for all the mummies and daddies to have better parenthood benefits. Alright, this is Miss San. You will want to have her in Parliament. Last but not least, we have Miss Yeo Wan Leng, our Labour MP. When she joined the Labour movement, when she joined NTUC, it fit her like a glove. She was able to help so many workers in SME. She helped so many women. She helped so many low-wage workers. If helping low-wage workers is an Olympic sport, Miss Yeo Wan Leng would have brought gold to Singapore. Miss Yeo Wan Leng. Ladies and gentlemen, now I know that the Workers' Party, in their rally, they will come and tell you, we will lower the cost of living, we will lower GST, we will improve education, we will give you better job, blah, 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 blah. All in their manifesto. In their manifesto are all suggestions. In order for it to become policy, where are the details? How much will it cost? Where will the funding come from? What are the trade-offs? These are all never shared with you because it is very difficult for them to fulfill their promise. PAP gave you a manifesto. Workers' Party said that these are all motherhood statements. They are hate if they think these are motherhood statements. If it is, if PAP manifestos are motherhood statements, you will not see all this development around you. You will not see Singapore progressing from a fishing village to a first world country. All of you, you have a copy of the manifesto. Hold on to the manifesto. If we fail to deliver our promise as what is written in the manifesto, see your MP. Alright, hold them accountable. Prime Minister Lawrence Wong has said that Singapore is heading into challenging times. We need leaders with experience. We need calm. We need vision. We need action, not trial and error governance. We don't want our country to become Workers' Party experiments. But our Prime Minister, he cannot do it alone. He needs the support of his team. He needs the support of each single one of you. So you must vote for PM Lawrence Wong. Vote for PAP. Vote for Punggol GRC PAP team. Ladies and gentlemen, PAP has built Punggol from a sleepy corner to one of the most vibrant and youthful estates in Singapore. This didn't happen by luck, All right, it happened because of long-term planning and solid policies. So don't take chances, don't gamble your vote. This is not any 4D lottery. Vote for experience, vote for stability, vote for transparency, vote for integrity, vote for honesty, vote for people who just talk the talk but never get things done. Vote for progress, vote for PAP. I have chosen those words carefully because no opposition parties have the proven track record to show that they have achieved all this. Anyway, all of you have been such a great audience. I will sing you a song. This is a famous song that is viraling. I have to give credit to the original singer, Samuel Lee, from PPP party. All right, are you ready? I just give you the lyrics. I look left, look right, look left, look right. See, PAP MPs doing right, making Punggol shining bright. I look left, look right, look left, look right. Vote you. To see you vote for PAP and say bye-bye to WP. Thank you, Punggol. Stay united, stay safe, and don't forget to bring your IC during polling day. Majulah PAP, majulah Singapura, majulah Punggol GRC. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zainer. Vote for PAP. Now, may I now invite Dr. Faizah Ibrahim. Dr. Faizah, please.
Salam sejahtera penduduk-penduduk GRC Punggol. Selamat malam. Terima kasih atas kehadiran anda pada malam ini. Sebagai bekas ahli akaumbi di sini, saya rasa amat bangga melihat pembangunan yang pesat di Bandar Punggol. Bukan saja flat-flat yang telah dibina, tetapi pelbagai prasarana dan kemudahan telah diwujudkan demi memenuhi keperluan penduduk-penduduk di sini. Lebih daripada itu, saya dapat merasakan semangat masyarakat yang kuat, kukuh dan saling menyokong antara satu sama lain. Saya ucapkan syabas kepada semua yang terlibat dalam pembangunan Bandar Punggol. Anggota parlimen anda di sini telah bekerja keras bersama anda tanpa henti untuk memastikan kehidupan penduduk terus meningkat dan terjamin. Barisan calon kami hadir pada malam ini untuk memohon sokongan anda sekali lagi agar mereka dapat meneruskan usaha membangunkan Punggol ke tahap yang lebih tinggi. Saya mengenali keempat-empat calon ini secara peribadi dan telah bekerjasama dengan mereka. Yang pertama, Encik Gan Kim Yong. Dia adalah seorang pemimpin yang telah berkorban tenaga dan masa sepanjang krisis COVID-19 demi menyelamatkan nyawa warga kita Singapura. Saya juga telah berkhidmat di Kementerian Kesihatan bersama Encik Gan, di mana dia memberi sokongan yang kuat dalam penggalakan dan penjagaan kesihatan di kalangan masyarakat Melayu Islam di Singapura. Terima kasih Encik Gan. Dr. Janil Putuchari, pengerusi Once People SG, dia seorang yang berani bersuara dalam isu isu perkauman dan aktif memperkukuhkan keharmonian kaum di negara kita. Dia bukan saja mengutarakan tentang isu perkauman, dia juga memikirkan langkah-langkah untuk menyelesaikannya dan usaha-usaha untuk memperkukuhkan keharmonian kaum di Singapura. Terima kasih Dr. Janil. Rakan saya Puan Sun Suiling, seorang pemimpin wanita yang sentiasa berdiri untuk memperkasakan dan melindungi golongan wanita. Beliau juga bekerja rapat dengan masyarakat Melayu Islam, termasuk bersama Majlis Al-Islah dalam pelbagai program kemasyarakatan. Dia pun sedang bekerja keras untuk melindungi rakyat Singapura daripada ancaman skam. Terima kasih, Suiling. Puan Yo Wan Leng, seorang pembela nasib para pekerja, termasuk pemandu penghantaran, pemandu taksi dan wanita yang ingin kembali bekerja. Sebagai bekas pemimpin akar umbi di Punggol North, saya telah mendengar sendiri maklum balas yang positif daripada penduduk terhadap beliau dan saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Puan Yo Wan Leng. Mereka semua ini telah membuktikan kemampuan dan kesungguhan mereka. Saya yakin dan percaya mereka mampu membawa Punggol ke arah yang lebih tinggi dan cemerlang dan meningkatkan mutu kehidupan penduduk-penduduk di sini. Jadi, undilah PAP di GRC Punggol. Hari ini dalam dunia yang sedang berubah dan penuh cabaran, kita memerlukan satu pasukan yang boleh dipercayai, cekap, berpengalaman dan komited. Kos sara hidup, mata pencarian dan ekonomi negara serata dunia diancam ketidaktentuan akibat tarif. Kita memerlukan dasar yang terukur, seimbang dan memandangkan kehadapan bagi menangani ancaman ini. Kita memerlukan satu pasukan yang bukan saja mampu mengenal pasti isu-isu, menanganinya dan juga mampu mencari peluang dari ataupun dalam setiap kesukaran. Pasukan PAP Punggol serta Menteri Perdagangan dan Perusahaan Gan Kim Yong cekap dan berkemampuan memimpin masyarakat kita di Punggol bagi cabaran masa depan. Mereka adalah pasukan yang mampu kotakan kata mereka. Dan pasti ini adalah pasukan PAP di GRC Punggol. Selama ini, pemerintah PAP telah melayari negara kita bersama-sama dengan rakyat Singapura. Kami tetap bersama rakyat kita, tidak kira pasang ataupun surut. Rakyat Singapura termasuk masyarakat Melayu Islam telah mencapai pelbagai pembangunan dan kejayaan. Sebagai contoh, anak-anak kita telah mencapai kecemerlangan dalam pendidikan mereka. Hari ini anak-anak kita mendapat lebih banyak peluang dari mempelajari kursus-kursus pembelajaran dan meneroka pelbagai bidang pekerjaan. Singapura adalah salah satu negara yang paling selamat di dunia. Ia bermakna kita boleh melakukan ibadah dan aktiviti kita di masjid-masjid serta prasarana yang lain dengan selamat. Bersama-sama kita telah membangunkan institusi seperti Badan-Badan Melayu Islam, Mendaki, MUIS, Mesra dan M03. Masyarakat Singapura sering dikagumi kerana keupayaan kita untuk membangunkan masyarakat berbilang bangsa dan agama. Ini adalah hasil dari visi pemimpin kita dan kerja keras rakyat Singapura. Walaupun kita sudah biasa hidup bersama bangsa lain, fenomena ini adalah sekadar impian bagi kebanyakan masyarakat di serata dunia. Saya ingat lagi pertemuan saya dengan seorang pemimpin dari negara asing. Selepas dia mendengar taklimat yang saya berikan tentang masyarakat berbilang bangsa dan agama di Singapura, dia diam seketika. Dia menyatakan negaranya tidak mempunyai asas-asas yang diperlukan untuk memulakan usaha bagi membangunkan masyarakat berbilang bangsa dan agama. Masyarakat majoriti di negaranya tidak akan terima usulan ini dan ia akan mencetus huru-hara di negaranya. Perjalanan untuk membangunkan masyarakat berbilang bangsa dan agama ini bukanlah mudah. Ia memerlukan dasar-dasar dan undang-undang serta lanskap yang kondusif. Rakyat Singapura juga telah memainkan peranan yang progresif dalam usaha ini. Kadang-kala insiden-insiden yang ada kaitan dengan identiti seperti bangsa, agama dan di dalam dan di luar negara boleh menjejas keharmonian jika tidak ditangani dengan baik. Justru pemerintah akur dan faham ada beberapa insiden di dalam dan di luar negara yang menjejas perasaan masyarakat Melayu Islam di sini. Kita sentiasa mendengar, mendekati masyarakat, memantau keadaan dan melakarkan usaha-usaha untuk menangani isu-isu ini. Ada isu yang mudah ditangani dan ada perkara yang memerlukan masa yang lebih panjang. Saya sendiri telah turun padang untuk mendekati masyarakat Melayu Islam dalam pelbagai aspek dan isu-isu yang relevan dalam kehidupan masyarakat kita. Walaupun ada isu yang sensitif dan bukan mudah ditangani, saya secara ikhlas dari hati ke hati mahu menangani isu-isu ini demi kemaslahatan masyarakat dan negara kita. Pemerintah PAP ikhlas untuk menjaga kemaslahatan semua bangsa di Singapura, termasuk masyarakat Melayu Islam. Kita mahu teruskan meningkatkan tahap kohesif kehidupan berbilang bangsa dan agama di Singapura. Kita harus berwaspada dengan unsur-unsur yang akan menggalakkan politik identiti dan ancaman asing dalam urusan negara kita, terutama sekali pada masa pilihan raya. Unsur-unsur ini akan mengikis keharmonian kaum yang kita bina dengan penat lelah. Ia akan menjejas kestabilan kehidupan kita sebagai masyarakat berbilang bangsa dan agama. Kita memerlukan sokongan yang kuat dari rakyat Singapura termasuk masyarakat Melayu Islam di Singapura. Justru, marilah kita menyokong masyarakat berbilang bangsa dan agama. Marilah kita menolak politik identiti. Marilah kita menolak campur tangan asing dalam urusan negara kita. Dengan itu, undilah parti yang memperjuangkan perpaduan antara semua bangsa dan agama. Undilah PAP demi masa depan yang lebih cerah bagi penduduk-penduduk di Punggol. Undilah PAP, majulah Singapura, majulah PAP. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Dr. Faiza. Undilah PAP! Now, may we invite Miss Yo Wan Leng.
Punggol residents, my union brothers and sisters, friends and supporters of the PAP, good evening. Wan Shang Hao. Selamat Patang. Inya Malay Vanakam. Tai Ke Ho. My name is Yo Wan Leng, and together with DPM Gan Kim Yong, SMS Janil Putucherry, MOS Sun Sheling, I stand before you as the PAP candidate for Punggol GRC. It seems just like yesterday that I joined the Punggol family, and it is a large family, one that is full of warmth, of dreams, and aspirations. I'm thankful for the trust and friendships we have built throughout the years. It is a friendship that is built from every cup of kopi that we drank together, for every warm hug you have given me, from every festival we spent together, from every tear we shed together, from every 3 a.m. email I have received from you, and every visit I have made to your homes. As we continue to work together to make Punggol a beautiful, better home for all of us, it is important that we continue to ensure that our Punggol remains to be a home that energizes our seniors, supports our families, and protect our youths. As I look around today, I see many familiar faces. While many think of Punggol as a young town with many young families, many in the crowd today and online watching our broadcast have lived in Punggol for over 20 years. Punggol is the first marital home for many here, and they have built their entire lives in Punggol, raised their children here, and indeed grown older with Punggol. We need to ensure that we continue to develop our Punggol town with the necessary facilities and programs to support our seniors as they grow older with us. I thank the uncles and aunties, grandpas and grandmas who have welcomed me into your lives, and I enjoy our frequent chats and sessions at the coffee shops. I hear you, and I know that you would like to have more support and facilities to help you age well in Punggol town. I have worked hard on getting community partners and our government agencies to bring in more initiatives to support you locally. 2 years ago, we launched our second free TCM clinic in Punggol Shaw. The Siutek Medical Institution is a ground-up initiative supported by our Teochew community from Siutek Siangteng. Today, the center is bustling, and they have expanded their services to include weekly outreaches into the community, such as free health talks in our coffee shops and partnering with our grassroots on senior exercises in our void decks. We will also partner with Sparkle Care and Allkins to set up Punggol Shaw's first ever active aging hub, and a second active aging center will be set up in one of our precincts by the end of the year. In addition, I am very happy to share, after countless feedbacks from our uncles and aunties, that with the help of our community partners, we will be restarting our popular Kopi Corner after a 2-year hiatus. In fact, 4 of our Kopi Corners have already resumed operations in Coral, Oasis, Zenith, and Horizon. And I expect for a full network to be up by the end of the year. 我要感谢所有的叔叔阿姨、爷爷奶奶，谢谢你们一直以来的支持和信任。每次在咖啡店和你们聊天，我都觉得很温暖、很亲切。我听到你们的心声，也知道大家希望在榜儿有更多的支持和设备，帮助大家健康快乐地度过晚年。这几年，我努力在社区伙伴、政府机构合作，希望为大家带来更多的服务和设施。2年前，我们在榜儿海滨开设了第2家免费的中医诊疗所——修德医社。今天这个中心越来越热闹，不但有门诊，也在咖啡店举办健康座谈，也和基层组织合作，在祖屋楼下举办年老者的运动和活动。 我会继续的关爱我们的亲爱的榜儿年长的朋友。I will continue to love and care for our seniors and know that the PAP will always treasure the bonds we have with our pioneer and Merdeka generations. Our Punggol families are the bedrock to our Punggol fabric, and I'm honored that our families have shared with me their aspirations and challenges so frankly and vulnerably. Miss C, a homemaker, was going through a divorce, and with 3 children and 1 with special medical condition, she was at her wits' ends when it came to making ends meet for her family. Miss P left the workforce to care for her daughters during their PSLE years, and with employers questioning her gap years and multiple rejections for work, she had lost almost all her confidence when she came to see me. Mr. Tay, 56 years old, was suddenly retrenched at the peak of his career and was at a loss on what to do. Madam H is a sandwich caregiver, having to care for her children and her senior loved ones while balancing her career. She said, "We're the sandwich generation, but we feel more like we're in a pressure cooker." My dear Punggol residents, these aren't just stories to me. You are the faces I see when I stand up in Parliament to speak. Know that your stories have made an impact to our Singaporean laws and changed our Singaporean way of life in a positive way. When I advocated strongly for flexible work arrangements to be made a core workplace practice, I was thinking of mothers like Madam H and Madam C who needed flexibility to balance family and career. When I pushed for the progressive wage model to extend to more sectors, I was remembering the pride in Mr. Tay's voice when he told me about earning a decent living wage in his new role. When I fought for the landmark workplace fairness legislation that will protect women from discrimination, I was picturing Madam P and every single woman in Punggol who has ever been denied a job or promotion because she was pregnant or had family responsibilities. And for you, our platform workers, the food delivery riders you see throughout Punggol, the private hire drivers who take you safely home late at night, I've advocated fiercely for better protections. Many of our workers live right here in our community and they deserve fair compensation, injury protection, and adequate CPF contributions. That's why I spoke out repeatedly to ensure the recommendations of the Advisory Committee on Platform Workers were implemented, giving our hard-working platform workers the security they deserve. I have to tell you, these issues aren't abstract policy matters to me. They are about real people in Punggol whose dignity and livelihoods are at stake. That's the perspective I bring to Parliament, your perspective. Here in Punggol too, we've made sure local support is accessible to our families through all seasons in their lives and professional careers. Through NTUC, we have expanded work programs into Punggol such as the See You Back at Work program that enables return to work mothers and caregivers access to flexible work arrangements. We have career fairs where you can speak directly to employers who are genuinely hiring. Mentorship programs to support and prepare women to return to the workplace. And I'm particularly proud of our unique Punggol homegrown initiatives for jobs. The job container that started as a small idea when I first became an MP, it grew into a WSG program. Project Success is a 20-year program where we've helped over 8,000 residents find new employment, many which are community-based. And our upcoming SIT Entrepreneur Program will help mid-careerists launch into business ownership. Punggol residents, these programs aren't just about finding jobs. I know that they are about restoring dignity and creating stability for our Punggol families. When you share your challenges with me, I don't just listen, I act upon them. And I'll keep doing so as long as you allow me to serve you. Punggol Shaw has the highest number of teenagers in all of Punggol Town. And I must say that our Punggol kids are really great kids. I meet our little ones at Oasis Terraces with their friends, at the library studying for their exams, at the basketball courts showing off their skills. Just last month, a group of Sec 3 students cornered me after a community event, and they weren't shy at all. Miss Yo, they said, we're worried about what jobs will even exist when we graduate, and their concerns stuck with me. That's why we started programs like Who Jobs in your neighborhood, where young people meet professionals right here in Punggol who are doing exciting work. We will also be introducing a new behind-the-scenes tour program where parents and teens can visit workplaces together. I bet seeing cybersecurity operations centers through the eyes of a 15-year-old and his dad or mom, both equally amazed by the technology, would be important for families to navigate these career landscapes together. But I've also seen darkness in our young people's lives. There was a growing concern about mental wellness of youths in the community, especially in the area of cyberbullying and online harms. And you know what? Our Punggol community rallied together to tackle this concern with the messaging of positivity and assurance that the community will always stand to offer its help to every single one of our Punggol youths. I am proud that we managed to mobilize many helping hands, community helping hands, to raise awareness for a positivity pizza movement, where we hand-sewn 20,000 fabric pizzas to give to every single one of our Punggol Shaw youths. We want to tell them that we love you. Through the Positivity Pizza movement, we've also partnered with organizations to help our youth report and remove harmful online content. But there's much more to do, and I'm committed to creating more meaningful programs alongside our parents for our youth, making more safe and fun places for our teenagers, such as our City Sprouts at Tebing Lane and our Punggol Shaw Playfield. Parents, please know that your children matter to me. Their hopes and worries keep me working late into the night, thinking about how we can make Punggol not just a place for them to grow up, but a community that helps them grow strong. To my friends and residents in Punggol, I ask for your mandate to continue as your voice in Parliament. I'm not asking as a politician, I'm asking as someone who has shared meals in your home, celebrated your children's successes, and worried alongside you. I'll continue to be your voice, honest, clear, and unafraid to speak up on what matters to us in Punggol. When I rise to speak in Parliament about flexible work arrangements, fair treatment for workers, protection against workplace discrimination, I bring your stories with me to Parliament. Your experiences give power to my words, and your challenges inform the solutions that I fight for. Most importantly, I promise that I'll continue to be your friend, someone who doesn't make promises during elections time, but will walk alongside you every day of the year. Just as one of our Punggol uncles just proclaimed to me earlier today, Tau PAP, Le Ho, Wa Ho, Bui Bua To. 请投我们一票 Please vote for the PAP. Majulah, Singapura. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Yeo Wan Ling. 请投人民行动党一票。Now, may we invite Miss Sun Xueling?
My dear residents, my dear children, thank you for joining me for tonight's rally. Tonight, I would like to discuss two topics that are of great interest to our Punggol families and children. Punggol is a young and growing town. Many of our residents take public transport to work, to study, to send their family members around. 1 hour spent on the road is 1 hour spent away from the family, away from their loved ones. And that is an additional hour that could have been spent more productively on something else. And I know this feeling very well. 29 years ago, when I was still a student, it took me 1.5 hours to go to school. I remember walking for 20 minutes to get to the MRT station, taking the MRT for 20 minutes, taking a bus for another 15 minutes, and then walking to the school for another 15 to 20 minutes. By the time I arrived in school, I was exhausted and drained, and that impacted my studies. So transport issues affects physical and mental well-being. I know this, I know these are your concerns. I'm with you 4 to 5 days a week, every week for the past 5 years. How can I not know that transport issues are on your mind? We do not need strangers to come to Punggol to talk to just any resident to find out what is on your mind. We know this, all of us on the stage know this. The important thing is, what do we do about it? We have been hard at work at it. Let me just give you an example. The 2-car LRT carriage, this was ordered in January 2022. It arrived in Singapore in November 2024. It has been put to testing, and we are rolling it out for service in July 2025. My dear residents, just this one item took 3.5 years. And you look around us, roads are being built, MRT lines are being built. Yes, lots of digging happening around Punggol. But, my dear residents, what you see is a Punggol that is constantly developing. And with development, there is upside potential for all of us. And that is something that we should be looking forward to know that Punggol is becoming a more and more valuable estate year by year. Apart from working with government agencies to deliver a better home for you, I've also been working hard to galvanize community resources and to deliver ground-up solutions to meet the needs of our families and our children. When I came to Punggol 10 years ago, let me be clear, in Punggol West, there was nothing, no facilities. I looked around me, so many young families, so many young children, not even a library for them. Yes, we now have a wonderful Punggol Regional Library, but 10 years ago, we did not have it. So what did I do? I launched a ground-up initiative to build a container library for little children. because I wanted them to be able to start reading as early as possible. I want to make sure that our Punggol children has as good a start as all the other children in the rest of Singapore. And that is how our little container library, which started in 2016, it started with 3,500 books. Now fast forward to 2023, our children had grown up by then. They were in primary school, they were in secondary school, and the amazing Punggol Regional Library had already then been launched. And we could see that there was no further need for the container library. And so we upgraded the container library to the Lighthouse at Punggol. What is the Lighthouse? The Lighthouse is a safe space for our children and youths where they can receive free academic support, attend free enrichment classes such as drama and choir, and have access to mentors and counselors. These services address real needs of families and the challenges that our children currently face. How did I come up with this idea? My friends, my dear residents, it is through what I saw when I came to Punggol. I recall meeting a father who came to MPS to see me. He was the sole breadwinner and he was working 2 jobs. His wife was a full-time homemaker and she was taking care of her child who was in primary school, and the child was taking tuition for all his subjects. The father was under financial strain. He spoke to me. He said, "I have to work hard to support my family. I don't want my son to end up like me, going nowhere." And as he said that, his voice trailed off and tears welled up in his eyes. I also met a young boy who spent all his hours after school in the Punggol West Void Deck CC, which basically only had a registration counter. He was there every day after school for hours playing with his mobile phone. Why? His parents felt that it was safer for him to be at the Void Deck CC registration counter than to be alone at home. He had no place to go. My dear residents, my dear children, these stories struck me deeply in my heart. My children, my Punggol children deserve better. And so we had the container library, and now we have the Lighthouse. The board of the Lighthouse comprises the Dean of NUS Medicine, the CEO of IMH, the former CEO of Kickstart. The programs at the Lighthouse are carefully curated. I want the best for our children in Punggol. And already, lives have been transformed. Let me share with you some real stories. There is Adrian, a teenager with social anxiety. He came to the Lighthouse because he was referred to us by a social worker. He could not hold a decent conversation with people. He was very, very shy. He had social anxiety. So he joined drama classes, which was based on game-based role play. And through these interactive sessions, he is now more confident, more able to talk to people, able to socialize. And then we have Yen, an 11-year-old boy who was prone to outbursts. He often called himself bad names, used bad words on himself. He called himself a liar, a bad boy. Many teachers, many people didn't know what to do with him. Our mentors, our counselors worked with him, and we found out that he had been traumatized by the death of a family member. Through conversations with him, the counselor worked with Yen to stop self-blame and to think positive thoughts. He now has aspirations to be a sportsman. He has aspirations to do well. And then there is Dan, 9 years old. I first got to know him at MPS, and he struck me by telling me how much he loved his 4-year-old sister. He said, "I sleep on the floor so that my sister can sleep on the one mattress we have at home." That night, I could barely sleep. Through the Child Wellbeing Program at the Lighthouse, we furnished the family with all the furniture that they needed for their 3 young children. Dan also started coming to the Lighthouse for academic support. He started participating in the choir where our children sing songs of dreams, of hope, and they are able to aspire to a better future. My dear parents, my dear children, in Pongo, we spare no effort in galvanizing community resources. We want to create conditions for our children to thrive and to flourish. And there is so much we can look forward to in Pongo. Recently, I updated our Pongo parents that we will have a new primary school, a new secondary school, and a junior college in Pongo. The Singapore Institute of Technology has also opened its campus since September last year. At full capacity, it will be able to accommodate 11,000 undergraduates. So I say this to you, my dear parents, my dear children. The future is bright for our children and youth here in Pongo. The best chapters are still being written. We do not need to travel far for opportunities for our children. We are bringing these opportunities to Pongo for you. We are bringing this closer to home for you because we are a party of action. We are the People's Action Party.大家晚上好，我是孙雪玲。感谢大家参加今晚的群众大会。我加入榜鹅这个大家庭已经有10年了，在这10年的期间，我看到年轻的家庭搬进来，我看到我们的孩子慢慢长大。有些人来，有些人走。所谓一期一会，我感恩所有的一切。我感恩在我生命中，我有这个机会与大家有了交集，有了连接。我们许多人勤勤恳恳的工作。但生活有时候会有突如其来的打击，我们应该怎么应对呢？今晚我想跟大家分享 J 先生的故事。J 先生的人生呢，就在某一个夜晚，因为一场火灾而急转直下，他的房子被烧毁了。在混乱当中，我的居委会同僚半夜把他一家5口安顿在我们的居委会中心，就是我们的 RC Center。当我在居委会中心见到 J 先生的时候，他很难接受，就在一夜间，所有他所珍惜的一切都被烧毁了。他说，刚为3个孩子买的校服，还没好好穿，就全没了。刚买的学校课本，还没好好用，也全烧没了。分期付款买的家具，还没好好用，也全没了。更糟的是，火灾前 J 先生刚刚在一个新的物流中心开始一份新的工作。火灾发生之后，他给他的上司打了通电话，他想请假。结果他的上司说：“你别编故事骗人。” J 先生听了，眼泪都掉下来了。他跟我说：“我哪里有骗人？我做的一切努力，不都是为了这个家吗？”看着他一家5口 浑身都是烟尘。他的妻子在大火中受伤，手臂还打着石膏。我赶紧就联系了 HDB， 当天就安排了一个租赁组屋，让他一家5口搬进去。我希望呢，这样就能让他能安顿一下心情，恢复正常生活。但是 J 先生一开始他不想搬，他担心他需要承担新的费用，他没有什么储蓄，非常害怕。我跟他说，我们一步一步来，有我在，相信我。我的义工们马上行动起来。当天我们就在他的新的房子里布置好了预先准备的床垫、橱柜、桌椅等家具。大家还从社区中众筹到不少的衣服。当天晚上 ，J 先生和家人就搬进了这个租赁组屋。他们终于可以洗个澡，换上干洗过的衣服，休息一下了。第二天，我们联系 J 先生做工的地方，向他们说明确实有火灾。我们也为 J 先生提供了2个月的经济援助，应付生活所需。第2周 ，J 先生辞去了之前的那份工作，因为我们为他在榜鹅的超市找到了一份新的工作。3个月之后 ，HDB 把那间被烧毁的房子修复了。保险涵盖了所有原装的费用。在搬回家之前 ，J 先生来见我了。他带了一张很大张的一张全家福。这张照片呢，装在一个大大的相框里，是一位义工为他和家人在临时的祖屋里拍的。J 先生一边流泪，一边对我说：“我做的一切，不都是为了这个家吗？”是的，亲爱的居民朋友们，我们大家每一天的努力，不都是为了这个家吗？整个过程当中，我看到了我们团队的每一个义工这些年为社区所付出的爱。之所以可以当天布置好家具，是因为我们平常就有为弱势家庭免费送家具。之所以可以那么快的帮他找到新的工作，是因为我们定期有工作配对服务。居民朋友们，真正的爱不是看一个人怎么说，而是看一个人怎么做。真正的爱是常年累积，一点一滴。在人生的旅途中，各种事情都有可能发生。对于 J 先生，它是一场火灾；对于其他人，它可能是经济萧条所带来的失业。可能家因此就没了。突如其来的灾难，有时并不是个人可以掌控的，一切可能变得暗淡无光，仿佛毫无出路。可是，亲爱的居民朋友们，我想说的是，即便天塌下来，我也会与您一同承担。个人的能力可能有限，可是我们有多年辛苦耕耘的团队，我们有一个团结互助的社区，我们有人民行动党带领的政府，我们能调动各种资源来为我们的居民朋友们分忧解难。就算天有不测之风云，我们也会为您遮风挡雨。 就如我当时跟 GE 先生所说的，有我在，相信我。是的，有我们在，请相信我们。谢谢大家，感恩有您的支持，谢谢。
谢谢孙雪玲。Now may we invite Dr. Jania Puducherry.
Vanakkam, vanakkam, elakam, vanakkam. 大家晚上好，我是普杰医生。Kawan-kawan, selamat petang. Penduduk Bandar Punggol, kami akan terus bekerja keras mendengar dan berkhidmat kepada anda sekeluarga. Terima kasih atas kepercayaan yang anda berikan kepada kami selama ini. Dan sekali lagi, kami dengan hormatnya meminta undian dan sokongan anda. Undilah kami, undilah PAP! Good evening, friends. Some of you visiting from outside of Punggol, you may know me as someone who perhaps appeared on TV, making some documentaries. Just a few. I have to remind my boss it's a side gig. My main job is here, for you. You know me well. And the residents of Punggol, the families of Punggol, I think sometimes you know me as that MP who likes to joke around, kid with the kids. I love children. It's partly a lifetime of working with them, partly raising 3 of my own who have become young men. But tonight, we cannot kid around. No jokes. I'm not going to make any jokes because what we have to talk about tonight is very serious. It's about the future of Punggol, the future of our town. Where do we want to go? What kind of town do we want to be? As we've walked around during the campaign, many of you have come up and asked me, what's your 5-year plan? And I said, okay, you have half an hour, I can tell you. You have 45 minutes, I can tell you. You want me to break it down into a 3-line slogan? It's not fair to the many, many dreams and ambitions that we have for Punggol. Like Ms. Sun Xueling and Ms. Yo Wan Ling have talked about, and what DPM Gan is going to talk about. There's a lot of things going on, many, many different things. When we had to draw the map for our manifesto for the campaign, it was so crowded we had to decide what to leave out. And you'll see all these details in the map, you'll see all these details in the manifesto, and DPM Gan King Yong is going to talk about some of our plans going forward for the next 5 years. But I thought today I would talk a little bit about how to understand what we have already done. And maybe think about what is the lesson that we learn for our future. You have seen Punggol grow and change. If you've been here for 15 years, there are many things that have opened up. One Punggol, North Shore Plaza, Oasis Terraces, the regional library, Safra, Coney Island Park, our linear parks. If you've only been here a few years, you've also seen things change. New businesses moving in, new options for food, new services. Many, many things have been developed, and we have many plans going forward. Because our town has been rapidly growing, and it will continue to develop. In a rapidly growing town, not everything is smooth, and certainly it's not easy. We have had to deal with noise and congestion, dust and delays. But patience and hard work, things improve. Some services like the telco connectivity in our newest BTOs have taken time to fix, and we are still improving. Not perfect, not solved, but we will fix all of these issues. We will. We will address the problems in the new estates. We will make sure your homes are clean and well maintained. We're not done making Punggol a better home for you. But a better home, it's not only about the buildings. It's not. It's much more. It's about the bonds of friendship, the relationships, the neighborhoods, turning strangers into neighbors, neighbors into friends, friends into an extended family. That is an important part of building our home. Bringing people together, not splitting them apart. You will have seen this happen, bringing people together. That's what we do, and we have so much more to do together. When we have strong bonds in our community, when we have strong bonds of friendship and trust in our community, we can deal with any crisis that the world throws at us. When we have strong bonds of friendship, we can deal with any crisis, like we did in COVID. We've done it before, we'll do it again. With strong bonds in our community, we can reach out to help the most vulnerable, as you've heard from my colleagues. Punggol Regional Library. It's the biggest public library in Singapore. It's a wonderful building. It's beautiful inside. But when I take visitors there, international visitors, people coming to see what we do, the most important things that we discuss is how inclusive the library is. The programs and facilities for seniors, the books and assistive devices that specially cater to children with special needs, the programs that we are still developing for reading to young children in their mother tongue. It takes a community coming together, working together over many, many years to build a better home. After the facilities are built, the work continues so that the benefits are available for everyone. But sometimes the work starts long before the building is built. This is what happened with the Singapore Institute of Technology, SIT. Long before the campus was built, the leadership worked with us, the leadership of the university worked with us, so that their students would have the opportunity to be part of Punggol, volunteering for community services, participating in our activities, learning about building community networks. And now that they've moved in, that partnerships continues, and the many thousands of students of SIT are very much part of the Punggol family. SIT is part of the Punggol Digital District. It's a large project. It combines a university, commercial spaces, a retail mall. I chaired the committee looking at this for many years, looking at how to manage the issues of the development, to minimize the problems for the existing residents of Punggol. You're building this wonderful facility, but it takes a bit of patience from the neighborhoods next door because of the dust and the noise of congestion. But a bit of patience and understanding, and something wonderful is delivered at your doorstep. But the committee had to do the work to make sure that it happened properly, to make sure that the work, when it was done, would deliver an exciting place for students to learn and a great place to work. Together, the integration of SIT and the Punggol Digital District, this was what we were trying to do. And PDD will bring in about 28,000 jobs into Punggol. Good jobs in the tech sector, jobs for the SIT students, and jobs for the residents of Punggol. It's also a very beautiful place. I'm a little bit shy about saying this next bit because actually quite a lot of people are already going there and taking a lot of Instagram pictures, and so the university, the students need to do their work. But it is a beautiful place. It's a digital district, it's a university, it's built in the middle of our public housing estates, it's got a park in the middle of it, and it goes down to the waterfront. Can you imagine a student canteen on the waterfront? Where else except in Singapore and in Punggol? So that student canteen, when I have visitors, international dignitaries, my choice is not to take them to a hotel in Orchard Road. I take them to the best student canteen in Singapore, the Punggol Digital District Student Canteen. I say, this is what we have for our students. by the waterfront. And as Punggol Digital District opens up, it will completely transform our town and create many opportunities. But PDD is not the first time that we have reimagined what Punggol could offer to our residents. We did it on a much smaller scale with our linear parks. The residents of Punggol, you will know about these linear parks. From one Punggol, if you come out, there are 3 parks that connect you all the way south to the TPE. Many years ago, all of that land under the LRT tracks was empty. This is the empty land that Ms. Sun Shuling was talking about when she started in Punggol West. One section in particular, the southernmost, between Punggol Field Road and the TPE, was a concern. It's right next to some of the HDB blocks, right next to people's homes, but under the LRT tracks, it was poorly lit. Sometimes the grass a little bit long, sometimes a little bit of litter. It looked unsightly. We were concerned, the community leaders, myself, we were concerned that it might attract unwelcome activities. It might become a place where there's litter, where pests will gather. At the time, the rules were that you couldn't build anything under a LRT track. That's the rule that they had. Under the LRT track, for safety reasons, cannot build. So what to do? One of the suggestions was, okay, if it's a safety issue, litter, worried about safety, maybe you fence the whole thing up. But actually that would have created even more of an eyesore. Can you imagine this fenced green area in the middle of our HDB estates? So I worked with the community leaders and we designed a park. We got the funds together, we persuaded LTA, we worked with them over many, many meetings, and we said, let us try to implement our ideas. We built the first park together with a multi-purpose sports court, playgrounds, other amenities. We put in walkways, we put in lighting. It was a success. If you're living in Punggol, you know what a nice, family-oriented, wonderful place it is for people to gather. It brought life and activity very much enjoyed by the residents. So we went on, built another one on the other side of the road, still under the LRT tracks, towards the MRT station. Many other parks. But sometimes things didn't go so well. The second park, well, it didn't quite thrive. The plants maybe didn't quite like the light. Some of the quiet corners, it looked like a nice idea on paper, but in real life, it didn't get used in quite the right way. We have started to rejuvenate and refresh this park. Some of you will see all the hoardings up outside of the 273C coffee shop, and we are getting that park refreshed, and it will be done and completed by next month, and we will open up your refreshed linear park. We went on to build a third park from one Punggol to the MRT station. We learned all of these lessons, and our third park is bright, it's got basketball courts, it's got playgrounds, it's got fitness stations, it's full of life. And these 3 parks have become a walkable corridor from one Punggol all the way to the edge of the TPE. Life and greenery, shared spaces in the heart of our Punggol HDB estates. But, you see, Today, the idea of building a community facility under an LRT track is seen as quite normal. Other parts of Singapore, people will try it. But it took us many, many years trying, persisting, building again and again, small steps towards a shared vision. Not by starting with a loud and flashy slogan, not by making unbelievable promises, but having a humble understanding of the hard work and what it means to have a determination to serve the people. Not flashy slogans, not unbelievable promises. When we promise, we deliver. We know that's our duty. We have to do it. That's what residents expect. So we choose our words carefully, we make our promises solemnly, and we do our duty. We are not done building a better Punggol. We now are looking forward to the sports center. All of us are looking forward to the sports center, especially the 5 swimming pools. But we're not waiting. We're not waiting. That's not what we can do. Our residents, the people we serve, they already enjoy sports and fitness. They have wanted activities for many years. We can't just say, yeah, wait for the stadium. We've already started to find ways to activate our community spaces. You see this everywhere in Punggol, Town Square, Community Square, One Punggol, along the Waterway Park. No sports facilities, so we work with the community, using school fields, working with the community leaders, developing Zumba, K-pop. I'm not even sure what K-pop looks like. One day I'll try. I did say I wasn't going to make any jokes. I couldn't help it, sorry. We have an active community network, organizing, training, for football especially, bringing families together. But all of this, what I've just described, sports in the community, it's not a new idea. It's not a special Punggol thing that we did. We didn't come up with it alone. We looked around the rest of Singapore and we saw what people were doing. But we know that you can't just say, you can't just ask. You have to take action, bring people together. There has to be that trust. There have to be people who are involved, who are accountable. It takes the development of relationships and community leadership. That is what Ms. Yo Wan Ling, Ms. Sun Shui Ling, and I, Jano Puthachary, that is what we have been doing. Developing the networks, building the bonds, finding the partners, identifying the needs, and fixing your problems as your PAP elected members of Parliament. And now, for the next chapter of the Punggol story, we have DPM Gan Kim Yong. As part of the Punggol family, and we want to work with him. We want him to continue to make Punggol a better home for you. Friends and residents of Punggol, I hope we can have the chance to continue, to complete the work that we've started, to build on what we've achieved together, implement many new programs and services so that together we can make Punggol a better home for you. Vote PAP for Punggol! Our next speaker is someone well known to Punggol. He has served Singapore and Punggol for many years. He entered politics in 1992. He has served as Deputy Prime Minister and Coordinating Minister for National Security. It's been my honor to have been part of his team and to learn from him these past 14 years. He has provided an incredible example of dedication to public service and a role model of serving the community. My deepest appreciation and thanks to our next speaker, Senior Minister Teo Chee Hean.
兄弟姐妹，大家好！亲爱的榜额居民，我非常高兴今晚可以跟你谈谈几句话，但是我让副总理给你这个比较长的演讲词。今晚我要用马来语跟英语介绍一下。Ladies and gentlemen, my Punggol family, it's a great pleasure to be here with you. This evening I'm going to speak in Malay and in English, and I'm going to deal with an important subject, which is how we build unity and community in our multiracial and multi-religious Singapore. So let me start in Malay. Para penduduk Punggol, terlebih dahulu saya ingin ucapkan terima kasih di atas sokongan Anda selama 2-4 tahun yang lalu. Terima kasih banyak. Dalam pilihan raya ini, kami mempunyai pasukan PAP yang mantap dan berpengamalan. Pasukan ini menggabungkan pengalaman dan idea-idea baru untuk berkhidmat kepada penduduk Punggol pada tahun-tahun mendatang. Pilihan raya ini berkenaan masa depan kita. Kita ada Perdana Menteri yang baru, Encik Lawrence Wong. Beliau ada pasukan yang mantap. Ada menteri-menteri berpengalaman, khususnya timbalan Perdana Menteri Gan Kim Yong di sini. Dan menteri-menteri yang lebih muda juga. Perdana Menteri Wong sedang perkukuhkan pasukan dengan ramai calon baru dan baik, termasuk calon Melayu Islam yang berkebolehan dan muda. Dia sedang mempersiapkan pasukan untuk masa hadapan, untuk berkhidmat kepada rakyat Singapura, kepada anda semua. Singapura kekal sebagai sebuah masyarakat yang aman dan harmoni. Walaupun terdapat konflik di seluruh dunia, konflik ini, terutama konflik di Gaza, telah menimbulkan emosi di Singapura juga. Daripada membiarkan konflik di tempat lain memecah belahkan kita, rakyat Singapura, tidak kira bangsa atau agama, telah bersatu padu. Kami telah menyatukan usaha kami untuk menghantar bantuan kepada mangsa-mangsa di Gaza. Kedudukan pemerintah Singapura juga jelas. Kami telah mengutuk penggunaan kekerasan secara haram daripada semua pihak terhadap orang awam yang tidak bersalah. Kami menyokong menyelesaikan dua negara yang termasuk penubuhan sebuah negara Palestin. Kami telah mengundi di PBB atau UN untuk ini. Di Singapura, masyarakat Melayu Islam telah mencapai kemajuan besar. Lebih ramai yang meraih pendidikan tinggi dan bekerja sebagai PMET. Ramai yang tinggal di rumah-rumah baru di Punggol sini. Pemerintah menyokong inisiatif untuk memajukan masyarakat Melayu Islam. Ini termasuk langkah penting menubuhkan College Islam Singapura. Lulusan daripada college ini akan mempunyai pengetahuan mendalam dalam bidang agama dan juga dalam kerja sosial, berkonteks kepada masyarakat dan keperluan Singapura. Ini akan membantu mengukuhkan lagi masyarakat Melayu Islam kita dan menyumbang kepada keharmonian berbilang agama kita di Singapura. Di Punggol sini, kita telah mengikuti jalan perpaduan dan keharmonian. Masjid Al-Islah di Punggol memimpin Blessings in Harmony di Punggol. Inisiatif ini menyatukan beberapa kumpulan agama, Katolik, Kristian, Buddha, Hindu, kumpulan masyarakat, including biker, dan sekolah-sekolah. Mereka membantu penduduk kita yang memerlukan dengan keperluan harian dan kos sara hidupan. Ini meletakkan keutamaan tertinggi dalam isu kos sara hidup bagi penduduk kita. Pada masa yang sama, mereka membawa rahmat dan memperkuatkan keharmonian antara penduduk kita di Punggol. Kita boleh memilih untuk mewujudkan perpecahan antara masyarakat kita, atau kita boleh mengambil jalan yang lebih suka mendekati satu sama lain untuk membina keharmonian. Di Punggol, marilah kita memilih untuk membina keharmonian dan meletakkan keperluan penduduk kita di tempat yang pertama dan utama. Apakah yang boleh kita lakukan sebagai rakyat di Singapura, pengundi-pengundi di Singapura? Kita boleh membantu Perdana Menteri Lawrence Wong membina dan mengukuhkan pasukannya, pasukan Singapura untuk anda, untuk membantu menjamin masa depan kita. Menjamin masa depan anak-anak kita dan masa depan Singapura untuk menghadap cabaran-cabaran yang mendatang. Ini adalah masa yang terlebih bergelora. Kita tidak tahu apa yang akan berlaku kepada dunia, kepada Singapura, kepada kita. Cara terbaik membuat persiapan ialah dengan bersatu padu dan mempunyai pemerintah yang stabil dan mantap untuk membimbing kita. Anda tahu pasukan PAP dengan baik. Dr. Janil, Cik Sun Xueling, Cik Yo Wan Ling, mereka telah berkhidmat untuk anda selama bertahun-tahun. Ia adalah satu pasukan yang anda percayai. Mereka kini diperkukuhkan dan dipimpin Timbalan Perdana Menteri Gan Kim Yong. Inilah adalah masa yang lebih bergelora dan mencabar. Letakkan kepercayaan anda kepada parti yang anda percayai. Undi parti yang akan memastikan kestabilan dan keharmonian di Singapura. Undilah PAP. Terima kasih. My dear residents of Punggol, first of all, let me thank you for your support and friendship over the past 24 years. I've been with you in Punggol for many years, grown up with you, and also met many new residents as you started your families here. And I worked together with Dr. Janil, Ms. Sun, and Ms. Yo Wan Ling to help your families settle in and your children to grow up. Punggol is now so beautiful and so peaceful. The waterway, schools, like this school, was not here when we first started up as MPs here in Punggol. We have childcare, One Punggol, malls, and our polyclinic. And the future of Punggol is bright. You heard from Dr. Janil, Ms. Sun, and Yo Wan Ling. There are so many things to look forward to. So let us cherish the beauty, peace, and harmony that we enjoy in Punggol. But apart from the physical facilities, it's our care for one another that makes Punggol so special and so close. All our residents, we look after them, newborns, students, young adults, working parents, and our valued seniors. We are very clear that their daily needs, bread and butter issues, must always be top of the list and top priority. We do this through government programs, but also through our social assistance programs locally, like local bursaries and our Project Success, for finding jobs closer to home. You heard today what Ms. Sun described about Lighthouse, what Dr. Janil described, what Ms. Yo Wan Ling described, as the work they've done with you. One particular example I'd like to bring out for building a multiracial community in Punggol is Blessings in Harmony. Our mosque here in Punggol, Masjid Al-Islah, leads Blessings in Harmony with our various religious organizations, Catholics, Christians, Buddhists, Hindu, biker groups, community groups, and students. This is community in action for our people here in Punggol. Action together. This emphasizes our priority on bread and butter issues, and also does so in a way that builds harmony among all races and religions. In contrast to the peace and harmony we enjoy in Singapore, we see tragic conflicts around the world. These conflicts, especially the conflict in Gaza, have raised emotions in Singapore too. The Singapore government's position is very clear. We have condemned the illegal use of force from all sides against innocent civilians. We support a two-state solution, which includes the establishment of a Palestinian state. And we have voted for this at the UN. I visited the region and met Palestinian, Israeli, and regional leaders many times over many years to have a deeper understanding of the situation there and how it is evolving. I have explained quietly and behind closed doors the issues involved to many Singaporean groups, including Malay Muslim groups, what Singapore's principled stand is, so that there is more understanding and we don't create friction and conflict among ourselves. Mr. Gerald Giam has also traveled with Minister Vivian Balakrishnan and met Palestinian, Israeli, and other leaders. He, I think in his younger days, had also served in our MFA. He should, therefore, understand the situation and that there are no magic solutions for this long-standing problem that can suddenly resolve the conflict. So I hope that Mr. Gerald Giam will also take the time to explain this to his own colleagues so that in the heat of this general election, we do not inadvertently inflame emotions among Singaporeans, and so that we can focus on the real issues, the real bread and butter issues and the needs of Singaporeans. We all want the war to stop and to help the victims. Emotions can run high. But do we let our sorrow over this tragedy become anger and turn into conflict? Conflict among Singaporeans? Especially when this conflict is not one between Singaporeans. Do we allow that to happen? We should not and must not. Instead, let us channel our sorrow into compassion, our anger into understanding, and our desire to hit out into actions to help out. This is what all religions teach anyway, and we will do well to look into our own hearts and find the compassionate path, the path to peace and harmony here in Singapore, and not the path to contention and conflict in our own society. Instead of allowing conflicts elsewhere to divide us, many Singaporeans, regardless of race or religion, have indeed united to send aid to the victims in Gaza. In Punggol and in Pasir Ris, I know this, community organizations and individuals have contributed generously, many of you here I'm sure, for relief work in Palestine through the RLAF set up by the Majlis Ugama Islam Singapura. And we did so regardless of race or religion. And we did not allow the conflict to divide us. The conflict was something, and the tragedy was something that united us to help the victims. And this is what Singapore is about. We also don't want foreigners to interfere with our politics. Similarly, we also must be very careful not to import the attitudes and the quarrels elsewhere, and especially in Singapore's neighborhood, into Singapore, and let these divide our society. One of the key foundations of Singapore is the unity and harmony that all communities in Singapore have painstakingly built together. Each community makes adjustments for each other so that we can maximize our common space and live peacefully and harmoniously together. We don't want to let these issues be exploited to divide our people. This is not the politics that we should have in Singapore. It will lead us backwards and destroy the harmony we have all taken 60 years to build together. If each community presses for its own special interests above all and above those of other communities, we will create friction and there will be pushback. And this will cause the unraveling of our community harmony in Singapore. And we must not let that happen in Singapore. We must not let that happen in Punggol. So let us choose wisely, choose to build unity, and not let the ideas of those who seek to divide enter here into Punggol. Look at the beautiful Punggol that we have today. It's such a wonderful place. And now we have DPM Gan Kim Yong to lead our team here to make Punggol even better. Now is the time when we especially need unity, while dark clouds have formed over the global, economic, and geopolitical scene. There is much uncertainty over what the major economic powers will do. But we know that we have to prepare ourselves for this changed and challenging world. And DPM GAN is at the front line of this. On 8th April, barely a week after these extraordinary tariffs were announced by President Trump, PM Lawrence Wong appointed DPM GAN to chair the Singapore Economic Resilience Task Force to address these problems for our SMEs, for our companies, for our workers. And he is hard at work as this, even in the middle of this general election, because there's no time to waste. But I will let DPM GAN let you know what he is doing and what he's planning to do, in his own words. Let me say a little bit about DPM GAN. He was appointed DPM in 2014 and has been Minister for Trade and Industry since 2021. He has been a Member of Parliament since 2001 and been an MP in Choa Chu Kang GRC for 14 years since 2011. And before he became a minister, he was working in the private sector as the president and CEO of a major company. He is also the chairman of our Monetary Authority of Singapore. And as you know, and as my colleague Mr. Zainal described just now, he was the co-chair of our multi-ministry task force during COVID that steered us through safely. He is the most experienced member of PM Lawrence Wong's team. And through this GE, PM Lawrence Wong intends to bring in more capable and committed people to strengthen his 4G team, not just for the next 5 years, but for the next 10 to 15 years, for Singapore and for you. So fellow Singaporeans, Punggol residents, I urge you, please vote for the PAP. Vote for the team you know and trust here in Punggol and all over Singapore. Let us help Prime Minister Lawrence Wong have the strongest possible team to lead us into the future. So residents of Singapore, are we delighted to welcome DPM Gan Kim Yong? Yes, DPM Gan Kim Yong, all yours.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Residents and friends of Punggol GRC, I am Gan Kim Yong, and I am here. Good evening to all of you and our friends and brothers and sisters from the NTUC. I am very happy and honored to join the PAP Punggol GRC team just 3 days ago. I'm a newbie in this new town, so I want to thank you for welcoming me into our Punggol big family. First, let me thank Senior Minister Teo Chee Hean for his decades of service to Punggol and to Singapore. Not many of you know that SMTO provided valuable guidance to the Multi-Ministerial Task Force, the MTF, especially on the infection management of dormitories and foreign workers during COVID-19 pandemic. So together with my team members, I wanted to invite you to join me once again to thank Senior Minister Teo. This year, we celebrate SG60, 60 years since our independence. Punggol's development is a shining example of how we are never done building Singapore, from third world to the first. Punggol started off as a rural area with kampongs all across the area. In the 1990s, when Minister Goh Chok Tong was our Prime Minister, there was a plan to develop Punggol into Punggol 21. Then, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong announced even a bolder plan, Punggol 21 Plus. And I remember sitting in the audience when Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong announced the plan with a digital graphic to show us what Punggol 21 Plus could be. That was during the National Day Rally 2007. And my first impression when I saw the video was, wow! Punggol is a wow town. In less than 20 years, these plans became reality. Punggol is now a shining model of Singapore's heartland and a neighborhood that many young families will be proud to call home. I have tried to cover as much of the areas as possible over the last 3 days, but it was only 3 days. So I checked out a lot of places and I clocked a lot of steps. I'm sure my Health Minister Ong Ye Kung will be very happy.
What is more important is that I made many new friends. And I've also had a chance to meet residents from all walks of life, listen to their stories, and these encounters allowed me to have a better understanding of their aspirations, their desires, and also their concerns. So I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for sharing your stories with me. And over the last 3 days, I have 3 observations I can share with you. First, I found that Punggol is a town with many multi-generation families. It has a very strong and extensive family network. In the morning, I went to the LRT station. I can see many Akong Ama bringing their grandchildren to school through the LRT system. And in the evening, when I walk along the parks, I see many of these Akong Ama again, not the same Akong Ama, of course, but different Akong Amas, bringing their grandchildren and chasing after their grandchildren when they run around in the playground. These are signs of a very rich and very loving and very cohesive community in Punggol. Second, there is a very strong sense of ownership and connection to Punggol. Many residents moved into Punggol when it was still a fledgling town. All of you played a very big part in shaping how Punggol developed over the years. For example, I walk along the linear park, linear green. Janil mentioned it just now, and I understand this was initially an unused walkway under the viaduct. And we piloted the first linear green. It was so successful that we did the second one and did the third one with the inputs of many of residents like you. What was more astonishing as I discovered more was that the waterways that runs around across our town was actually originally serves a functional purpose, and that is to connect 2 reservoirs together, our Serangoon Reservoir as well as the Punggol Reservoir. But we decided that just a water pipe is very boring, so we wanted to be creative, to do something that's exciting and beautiful, and that's how the waterway came about, and it has now become a Punggol icon. And the third observation I found is that Punggol is very imaginative and creative, in which it has been designed to allow residents to integrate work, live, and play together. Let me give you an example. If you just look across the horizon, you can see Coney Island, not very far away. You can take scenic walks along the Punggol waterway and go shopping at the waterway points. Punggol Digital District, which is, by the way, under JTC and under Ministry of Trade and Industry, is also shaping up to be Singapore's first smart district. It will bring many businesses to this area, many talent to this area, and it will also create many jobs for our residents in Punggol. We have also received many feedback from families who enjoy the convenience of Punggol One, Singapore's biggest integrated childcare and senior care hub. So these are just some of the very exciting and convenient existing infrastructure and amenities that Punggol residents have told us that you are happy with. And when you're happy, we are happy. Because this means that we are doing what we are elected to do, to serve you and to take care of you. But we are not perfect, we accept. And going forward, when I go around Punggol, these few days, I've heard some of the feedback from residents, which I think we can try to improve upon. Today, in terms of connectivity, there are 31 bus services serving Punggol. This includes 2 new bus services and 9 improved existing bus services. following the launch of the Bus Connectivity Enhancement Program in July last year. The opening of the new Punggol Coast MRT has also cut travelling time to the city centre by 15 minutes for the residents that live around the area. And the good news is, by June this year, the new Punggol Coast bus interchange will be up and running. By the third quarter, more two-car LRT will also be added, which will help ease the congestion along the LRT network. In the future, the Cross Island Line will bring even greater connectivity to Punggol. We promise to make Punggol a well-connected town. Second, related to connectivity, I also hear your feedback on the desire to have more covered linkways. And why so? And Punggol is a special place that requires additional covered linkways because Punggol is a very green town. You have a lot of green bushes, a lot of parks, a lot of gardens, and you have a waterway. Which means we need to connect you up even more extensively. You will need a lot more covered linkways along your pathways. And I will talk to my good friend, Minister of Finance and Prime Minister Lawrence Wong to see whether we can get more money to build some of this necessary infrastructure for our residents. But it needs a lot of work. We need to plan, we need to relook at our plan, original plan, work with town councils, work with the Ministry of Finance, work with MND to see how we can reconfigure some of our original design to make Punggol a more connected town and also a more connected and covered town. And finally, I did join a group of ladies to exercise in one of the parks. I managed to find some time to exercise with them. Again, Ms. Ong Yi Kang will be very happy. And with exercise, after exercise, one of the ladies told me, Mr. Gan, we really need to have more spaces for exercises like this because it's very good for all of us. We come together, we get together, we socialize together, and we stay healthy together. So indeed, we will want to find more spaces to allow our community to come together, to socialize, and to mix with one another. We do have very specific plans. The Punggol 21cc will be undergoing upgrading next year. Wan Ling has been working with the residents to get feedback on what to do with this upgrading. Residents can also look forward to the new Punggol Digital Park CC that will be built in the SIT compound by November 2026. It will be an exciting new hub for the SIT students as well as Punggol residents to meet each other and to socialize among themselves. These are exciting projects. But Punggol residents, none of this would have been possible without your support and your input. This town, this home, is the joy and pride of Punggol residents. It has indeed been a great privilege for the PAP team to serve you for many years and to journey with you as we build Punggol for you and your families. We are a young and growing new town. There is much we have done together, but yet there's much more that we can work and do together with you and for you. Janil, Shelling, and Wan Ling have among them almost 30 years of experience in running a town council. And I will bring another 24 years of experience. I hope you will give my team and I strong support so that we can continue to serve you and for you. This year's general election is also happening during one of the most turbulent times in our history. Many of you would have heard about the Liberation Day. This was announced just 3 weeks ago, but since then, the world has changed fundamentally. The US has imposed a 10% baseline tariff on most countries, including Singapore, and additional reciprocal tariffs that will also be imposed but has been deferred by 90 days, not cancelled but deferred. And what does all this mean to Singapore? Overall, there will be a slowdown in trade, investment, and growth. This means fewer opportunities for our businesses and for our workers. And in some instances, they may also mean retrenchment in time to come. Singapore economy will be hit. We have already downgraded our economic growth forecast this year to between 0 to 2%. And we cannot rule out the possibility of a recession. Some have said that the PAP's reaction to this US tariff announcement is overblown, that we are sending a message of fear and there is no need to worry because Singapore has weathered bigger storms before. But really? Are you sure? This is not just another storm. This is no ordinary storm. This is a tidal wave of change. There are long-term structural changes and implications for Singapore as a trading hub. We know that Singaporeans are worried. Businesses are feeling the impact of market uncertainty most sharply. MNCs are rethinking their investment plans, even their presence here. Some of them are thinking of relocating elsewhere. Supply chains may be further reconfigured. And with these uncertainties, businesses have paused their investments and have also slowed down their hiring. So some of you are also seeing the effect of this on our employment. Many are wondering, what does this mean for our job security? Whether we can continue to keep Singaporeans in good, stable jobs, even as businesses reevaluate. But as Prime Minister Lawrence Wong has said, there is no need to fear. There is no need to fear. And this is why we roll out a comprehensive budget this year to help Singaporeans cope with the uncertainties ahead of you. Workers can tap on enhanced employment and training resources like Skills Future, Job Seeker Support Scheme, which was just implemented recently, and the Career Conversion Program. We may not be able to save every job, but we intend to protect every worker. We will uplift you, we will help you bounce back stronger than before. And Prime Minister Lawrence Wong promised we'll do more if necessary. The PAP has your back. The PAP government is clear on what we need to do. It may be election seasons, but the work of governing Singapore continues. The Singapore Economic Resilience Task Force, which I chair, is hard at work and trying to look into what we need to do to tackle the crisis ahead of us. We have also been negotiating with the US on tariffs. I am personally leading this task in the talks with my counterparts in the US. I had very good discussions with my US counterparts, US Trade Representative Ambassador Greer and US Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick. They are willing to enter into talks with us because of the long-standing partnership the PAP government has with the US administration as well as the US leaders. They know us and they trust us. And this mutual trust is most critical in times of crisis for us to be able to come together, to talk with one another, and to negotiate. And it is on the basis of this trust, the US is prepared to explore a practical way forward to facilitate Singapore's critical exports to the US. It is not a done deal, but it is a good start. There's still a lot more to do, and we intend to pursue this rigorously to create more opportunities for Singapore and Singaporeans. But negotiations are confidential, so I will share with you more details in time to come. Internally, I know during my walkabouts, many residents have shared with me their concerns about food costs. We know that being able to obtain a simple, nutritious, and affordable meal is important to everyone. And that is why our Punggol advisors have worked with the Kopitiam Group to open the Punggol Coast Hawker Centre. And this will be ready by July 2025. But the work doesn't stop here. In Punggol Shaw, we are progressively also rolling out vending hubs providing cooked food, hot cooked food. And we will also be exploring a similar model for the rest of Punggol GRC so that residents can look forward to a variety of local favorites as well as halal meal options at the press of a button. We are also in talks with companies like Changcheng and Koufu to offer more value meals across the entire Punggol district. So no matter where you are, where you live in the Punggol GRC, you will have more convenient, more affordable, and most importantly, tasty meals right at your doorstep. There are also many local community initiatives to reach out to help and support our residents to ensure that we will attend to your needs and address your financial worries, and so that you don't have to worry, because we worry for you. Let me say a few words in Mandarin. 很多居民向我反映，在我们的区里走动的时候，很多居民向我们反映说，他们非常担心熟食价格很高。那么我告诉他们说，我们会在尽力的去解决这个问题。我们知道，在我们家附近能够找到合理又可口的餐饮是非常重要的。因此，板鹅区的基层顾问们已经和国币点和集团合作，开设了板鹅岸的小贩中心。他们也预计在今年的7月就会启用，那里将会有40个摊位。我们会做的不只是这样，我们也会在板鹅海滨区 Punggol Shaw， 我们也正在逐步的推出提供熟食的贩卖机中心。我们也在探索用类似的模式推广到整个板鹅选区，让居民们能够更方便的享用廉价、能够负担得起的餐饮。此外，我们也会和长城和口福的2个主要的业者商量，在更多的家咖啡店推出更多的优惠套餐，来便利我们的居民。所以，无论你住在板鹅的哪一个角落，未来都可以在你的住家附近方便的买得到价格合理，而且更重要是美味可口的餐饮。除了全国性的援助计划，我们板鹅区也会推出许多本地地区性的援助计划，来帮助大家解决你们所担忧的经济的问题。所以请大家不必担心，因为有我们和你们一起同行。让我们继续把板鹅的这个钢板精神发扬光大。Let me conclude in English. Punggol today is a combination of aspirations for the future, imagination of what is possible, and collaboration with the community to realize our dreams. Janil, Xueling, and Wan Ling have formed deep emotional ties with all of you and worked very hard over the years to make Punggol a beautiful and vibrant city, to work, live, and play. And I'm now proud to be a new member of this team. My team and I have many more ideas to share with you and to implement together with you. We hope to earn your trust, your confidence, so that we can continue to serve you and to realize our dreams together. When we stand united, we can overcome all challenges and secure a better future for Punggol, for Singapore, and for Singaporeans. Vote PAP! Thank you.
Thank you, DPM. Can we have all the candidates and speakers to the front of the stage?
Are you ready? Majulah PAP! Majulah Singapura! Majulah PAP! Majulah Singapura! Majulah PAP! Majulah Singapura!
Thank you, everyone. We have come to the end of the rally. Thank you for coming to Punggol GRC rally. And remember, vote for PAP. Thank you so much. And good night.
I love you, Mr. Teo.